Like, I cannot tell you how many times I've been writing something and I just keep editing and I don't write. I'm just deleting and I'm deleting and I'm deleting.
You are my soulmate, man. I don't know who I'd be without you, so I'm glad that we're doing it together too. And this shit is hard, dude.
Let me fix it.
Welcome back to week 7 of The Artist Way. Delon, how did you do this week?
Oh, I was not as successful this week. I was not as successful.
Me too.
Yeah. I think I did my pages like 4 days out of the 7.
Okay.
And that's partially because, I'm hanging out with this dude. And
okay.
Artist Way. No. So there's a lot of I also do a lot. So I'm fucking tired, hanging out, whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't do those as successfully, but I will say this. I did my artist date earlier than I normally do.
Okay. What did you do?
Artist date this week, I went to a stand-up music show, actually. I thought of you.
Oh.
Yeah, there's this guy, Matt Shore,
okay.
Who's a stand-up, and he has he plays the guitar really fucking well. I was very jealous of that. And then he has a little loop machine that's kind of like a
oh, I love that.
It's so smart.
God.
And it's very kitschy. It's very I'm a white dude in corporate America.
Yeah.
And I just this is what I really want to do.
Yeah.
And he writes these very ridiculous songs. His anxiety is he calls it the anxiety raccoon or something. And he just writes really goofy songs where he's looping and harmonizing with himself.
Wow.
And he has a really nice little fan base. He was the headliner, and there were other.
Now, did you know him before you saw the show, or?
No, I was just looking for live performance. I was I just want to see more music. So I was this is my goal this week is music.
Yeah.
And then, I saw the loop machine and that he wrote comedy, and I was let me go see that.
Yeah.
So out of nowhere, I just found it on the internet. And I really enjoyed it.
Wow. Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. How about
I love that.
How'd you do?
So similarly to you, not as successful as I would have liked. I had a tough week, and we talked about the Boots Riley situation. We won't rehash that, but it continued post our recording.
Damn.
And it really brought me down, and I had a lot going on at work. And so I think I maybe only did 4 days as well with the with my writing, and I was behind on actually reading the chapter. So I read the chapter late, but I did end up doing my artist date. I went to the library. I've never been to my local library. There's a library walking distance from my apartment. I pass by it all of the time.
I don't think I've been to my local library either, though. I've been to our public library.
Really cool book called the Fashion Swatch Book. And it's just
oh my
all
God.
of these cool patterns and stuff. And what was really very me, but what was so funny is I picked this book up, and when I went to check out, she was like, "Oh, you just saved this book from being donated. You're the first person that has ever checked this book out. It's been on the shelf for 3 years." And she's like, "If you hadn't checked this out, we would have donated this book." And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Also,
that's martyrdom right there.
I know. I was like, well, shit, maybe I should have not checked it out so you could give it to me.
I have it.
I know, really. But the other thing, I texted you about this, Delon, the very first shelf I looked at, I just was walking around. I saw the Artist Way workbook, and I picked it up, and I was like, talk about synchronicity.
Right.
And so that was really cool. And one of the exercises in this week was to go to a quiet space like a library and just spend some time. And so that was really nice. And they're also in my library. They have a historic California section where they talk about the neighborhood, and that was really cool. I just got to learn things about some of the businesses that were started in my neighborhood that I'd never heard about. And so I just really spent a nice hour pulling books off the shelf and looking through them and looking at art stuff and photography and literally just poking around silently by myself. And I'm super excited to really peel through this book. I'm really into watercolors and patterns and stuff. And so I was just like, oh, maybe I'll just use this as inspiration for some drawings. And that's kind of what was talked about in this week too, that if you get out of your comfort zone artistically or creatively, or, you run a marathon, for example, it might not be directly related to your artistic field of choice, but it fuels it in a new way. And I thought that was really poignant and something that I have seen happen in my own creative process.
Yeah.
Was
I
there anything that stuck out for you in the pages?
Yeah, I mean the section on perfectionism really hit hard. Well, let me also say this. I'm realizing too, because we talked about perfectionism when it comes to doing this uh the artist way at all. And one of
Yes.
the things early on you said to me was like, you could actually like just do the tasks in your pages. And I was like, oh
Yes.
yeah, that's a great hack. But what
Yeah.
I'm realizing as I go through is because I want to do it, I want to do it, and I want to make time for it. And I'm like, oh, putting pressure on myself and getting a little anxious about it. And what I'm
Yeah.
realizing is that the book's not going anywhere. I'm
Yes.
actually, you can come, people have done this multiple times.
Yes.
Like actually this week, one of the things I didn't do in the tasks was like the collage that she talks about. And there are other tasks related to the collage. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to make time this week. I don't care how busy I am to like sit down for an hour, 20 minutes, whatever it is, and rip up this magazine and do that. But the section on perfectionism really hit hard. And I'm just going to read a little section of it because I was like, oh, this is everything. Oh, please stop talking.
I wonder if we highlighted the same thing.
Well, I
we've
have
done
a
that
whole paragraph here.
Yeah.
Perfection has nothing to do with getting it right. It has nothing to do with fixing things. It has nothing to do with standards. Perfectionism is a refusal to let yourself move ahead. It is a loop, an obsessive, debilitating closed system that causes you to get stuck in the details of what you're writing or painting or making and to lose sight of the whole. Instead of creating freely and allowing errors to reveal themselves later in insights, we get mired in getting details right. We correct our originality into uniformity that lacks passion and spontaneity. Do not fear mistakes, Miles Davis told us. There are none.
Yeah.
That is, it hit home so hard for me because it's that Ira Glass quote, which we've talked about, like when your taste level is a certain you've done enough in the artistic realm, you want it to meet that, but you're trying something new.
Yeah.
Writing's really, really difficult,
Yeah. Well, and I highlighted right after that, because I did highlight that same part. It says the perfectionist writes so many versions of the scene that she never gets to the rest of the play. The perfectionist writes, paints, creates with one eye on her audience. Instead of enjoying the process, the perfectionist is constantly grading the results. And that, oh my God, like I cannot tell you how many times I've been writing something and I just keep editing and I don't write. I'm just deleting and I'm deleting and I'm deleting and I'm changing and I'm rereading. And it's like, no. You just need to get through the process and then look at it later. And I think that's really like the beauty of the morning pages is like, I'm not reading the morning pages unless it tells me to go back and read. And when I go back and read, I'm like, I don't even remember putting this on the page. I don't remember at all. And just like kind of I liked also the way that Julia describes this as a download, that you were like downloading the creativity is coming into you. It's like moving through you. I really liked that versus being like, I need to create right now. And I cannot tell you, I feel that so deeply. I just feel like I am pulling jokes and ideas out of the sky as I'm walking my dog, as I'm driving in the car, as I'm texting with a friend. I'm going, oh, wait a second. I need to write that down because something I just said sparked something in me. And this is the thing that's related to this. It says most writers have the experience of catching a poem or a paragraph or two of formed writing. We consider these to be small miracles. What we fail to realize is that they are in fact the norm. We are the instrument more than the author of our work. This idea that you cannot sit down and force something creative to come out of you. You just have to be and let the creativity come to you is really important and powerful.
And I would also add, like, with connection to the morning pages, it's also like the practice, the routine of it, right? So, there's that Elizabeth Gilbert thing about the muses in Big Magic, which I've read that book a couple of times, but she talks about the muses coming, giving gifts, right? Giving little ideas. But the practice of coming back to the writing, coming back to your desk, and it allows you to tap into that a bit more, right? And I think it's kind of a part and parcel of the same thing, what Julia is talking about. One of the things that I just want to pull a thread for me personally when you're talking, because I ran past this in the reading. The perfectionist always has one eye on the audience.
Yes.
That not only when it comes to my art, but also like to me as a person, who do I need to be in this space? And I'm really striven very hard to be more and more authentic, but that's not something like I can divorce myself from when you're very successful because of it, right? Mm-hmm. People like me because I'm a chameleon. I'm a good actor because I'm a chameleon. But then I've often said on the pod, in relationship to the artist way, like I've struggled to be like, who am I? Who am I? And if I'm still keeping that eye external in my creativity, then like I can't really answer the question of like what I want or what I want to say. You know what I mean?
It's not about what they think about you. It's about what you think about you.
That. And at the end of the day, the things that are most interesting to us are very specific. What's specific is universal. So the story, the jokes, whatever, the songs you're writing, right, are things that are important to you. And that's why we like them. It's not because you're tapped into something that we all, you're looking at all of us and going, I know exactly what you think is going to be funny. You go, no, I think this is funny.
What do I think is, yes. Yeah.
You might, and you may not, and that's okay, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I told you. I think I told you that I spoke at School of Visual Arts. They have like a TV pitch writing class, and I spoke at the class last week. And again, that example of synchronicity where I was having such a tough day because of that fucking Boots Riley shit. And I remembered that I had to go talk to this class. It was 90 minutes. And I was like, God, I do not want to do this, but I agreed to do it. And it filled my cup in ways that I did not know that I needed. Just having, the teacher was doing like rapid fire questions at me about my creative process and the industry and how I'm feeling. And the students were also excited, and like everybody got to go around the room and share what they were working on. And like so many of the students were like, Francesca, I'm such a big fan of your work. I remember when I first saw this video, or I remember when I started my locks, and like you helped me. And Delon, by the end of the class, I was crying, bawling my eyes out. And I mean, it was really necessary. But the thing that you were talking about, like keeping your eye on the audience, was something that I expressed to the students, because they kept asking me, well, you know, the algorithm is saying that this is the kind of video that does well, but like, this is what I want to make. So like, what should I do? And I was like, you should make whatever you want to make, because if you're chasing what you think you're supposed to be making, you're going to wake up and you're going to be 45 years old and you're going to be making videos in your car, eating weird foods. And that's not maybe what you want to do.
Right.
But you're like, the algorithm, you know what I mean? And you're like, I'm doing my makeup and I'm eating nachos and I'm wearing a hat and I'm get ready with me. And it's like, you're doing all of these things to chase what you think people want. And ultimately you've gotten away from what it is that you want. Right. And I used the example of Issa Rae. She made Awkward Black Girl. When she decided she was going to stop doing that, people were pissed. They were like, how dare you stop making Awkward Black Girl? And she was like, I want to make TV. When they announced that she had the deal at HBO and the show was going to be called Insecure, I will never forget. People said, Insecure? That's a terrible name. I'm not going to watch that. And then she made the show and people fucking loved it. You know, but if she had listened to what the audience said. Yes. And sometimes you think these people have your best interest. Well, they really like it when I do this thing. Do you like it? Because they will have you doing shit forever. I use the Leopard song. Happy to do the Leopard song when it feels right. But if it was up to the audience, I would do it every single day. And I don't want to do it every single day.
And then the audience would be like, oh, well, this bitch stopped singing this song.
Oh, God, I'm just so tired. Do you
Does
do
she write anything else? Right.
Literally. And so it ultimately, you know, you want to do the thing, what I told the students, but I was also, and the reason I was getting so emotional is because I was telling them what I needed to hear when I was in their shoes. Yes. And the reality of, as an artist, you might do something forever and never get recognition for it. Yeah. But if you love it, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I would rather do something that I love and never get accolades, never be able to pay my bills off of it, and know that I, you know, stayed true to myself and my morals, versus doing something that I really fucking hate and make a ton of money off of it and have golden handcuffs on. Yep. Where, you know, no shade, Mary J. Blige, just, I don't want to.
Oh my. I mean, listen, it's so true though. Y'all sing this song, but the that's also, I think, back to like the reason to do the artist way is about discovering not only what you want to say and the artist inside, and the creative recovery that she's having us go through, but understanding that that's going to evolve and change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who you are today at 42 years old is not who you're going to be at 54, right? Like God willing, right?
Yes.
You're going to want to say different things. You're going to have different life experiences, but the curiosity of of self, the curiosity of the world, of comedy, of music, that is going to be something that is going to be the engine that keeps you going, right? That's your evolution.
And curiosity is the word there, right? Like that's so much. That's what the artist dates are about. And like, I love that you said, I was just looking and I was like, this sounds interesting. And then you walked away with like all of these cool gems that like, maybe you need to get a loop pedal. You know what I mean?
I Googled it immediately. I was like, oh, that's a little pricey. So we're gonna save up for that.
When we're moving in abundance,
Okay.
You might need to rent one. You might need to go on eBay. You
or
might
go
need
to Marketplace.
Go to Facebook Marketplace or go to the pawn shop. You know what I mean? One fell off the back of a truck, and now it's yours.
But the other thing I want to say too is I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety around right now. And I think it's the artist way telling me that like there's too much, and I know you can relate to this. There's just too much. I'm doing too much. I've been saying this for years, but I actually have to be resolute and like push things away. There's this. She said, write this down and put it somewhere. Treat yourself like you're precious.
Ooh,
I forget what that quote is exactly.
Treating myself like a precious object will make me strong.
I wrote that and I put it on my bathroom window, or my bathroom mirror. And I was like, I need to look at this on a regular basis and really handle myself with kid gloves and being like, yeah, I know that you're anxious. So you know what you get to do? You get to say, I can't have dinner with you. I'm so sorry. And I get to prioritize, you know what? I don't know that it's great. It's fine. But I don't know that relationship is actually feeding me. I would rather take that time to write. I would rather take that time to go to bed. you know, I would rather not spend that money on drinks and dinner. Right. So I think it's also my anxieties are coming from the artist way. It's telling me something and I just have to sit down and answer it, and adhere to it.
Yeah, no, that is so real. And man, I'm so glad that we're going through this experience together and we're going through it with the class because you're my soulmate and like, what's for you is for you, but like your wins are my wins and vice versa. And so like, it's just been really beautiful to see both of us making these independent discoveries that are like, oh, good. Now you know how I fucking feel. Have me out here crying by my damn self.
Because I was like, oh, wait, what's happening? Because Fran never cries. Actually, you know what? You've been crying a lot. You've been very, very in tune with. But you are my soulmate, man. I don't know who I'd be without you, I'm glad that we're doing it together too. And this shit is hard, dude. This shit is hard. It's hard to look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm glad that you're like, oh, me too. We're highlighting the same shit.
Yeah.
One of the exercises that she said is like, who are the people that you're jealous of? Which I thought about Fran immediately. I was like, ooh, I know Fran was like, let me write these things down. But I put you down as one of the. But not that I'm like jealous or envious or I want anything that you have. But I was like, I just like you're discipline, and like the way that you work so fucking hard. I do too, but like being adjacent to you and having you in my circle makes me go, fuck, yes, let's go, right?
Yeah.
It's inspirational. And I think we do that for each other. And I'm just immensely grateful for that,
Oh my God. Yeah. 1000%. I mean, I'm a big mush ball and, I always tell you how proud of you that I am and how inspired I am by you. And like, yeah, this has just been so beautiful for us to be 7 weeks in and like, we still have a ways to go. And like, I already know that like more shit is going to happen and that like we're going to make more discoveries and try more things and experiment. And I really feel like, Let Me Fix It having its own little mini tour is going to be a really cool culmination of like all the work we've put into the show and we've put into ourselves as artists and creatives and just like building this incredible community of hardworking, empathetic, creative, talented people. Like, man, I just feel like, damn, I've done it. Like I've fucking done it,
Yeah. Well, and through being our authentic selves, sharing our relationship, I think that just helps other people see more of themselves and be more human,
Yeah.
And class, we really hope that you are getting as much out of the artist way as we are. We know you are because we see in the comments, right?
Yeah.
But tell us about your artist dates. Tell us how you did this week. Where are you faltering? Where your roses and thorns are, right?
Yeah. And this is a great reminder that like you can get back on the wagon. Like you fall off, you miss a few days, you write at night, you double up on an artist date. You don't do an artist date one week, you do it like it's totally fine. There
Yeah.
are many weeks ahead. There's a number of people who I've seen them commenting on past episodes that are like, I'm 3 weeks behind you, but I'm catching up. And I'm like, this is incredible. So, we're in this for the long haul. We can't wait to hear how this week resonated with you. Tell us in the comments or email us, lemmefixitpod@gmail.com. You can also send us a voice note. We also have a Google group. The link is in the description box. Congratulations. Week 7. You did it. We'll see you next week. Bye. Ooh, stop.